Hey guys, so I'm doing the kit up for this Doxie. I should have had this done earlier. And when I first started diamond painting, I wasn't sure why, besides my eagerness to kit up more than one, why that would be handy. Turns out it's handy because sometimes I don't always feel like kitting up. And when I've finished the one I'm working on, I've got no diamond painting to work on, so... Note to self, always have two kitted up, I guess. I mean, I only like working on one at a time, but I guess I need to have two kitted up. Okay, so cute little Doxie. Oh, I guess I should pause the camera and find the drills. That might be super helpful. Found them. Tricolor Doxie. What is that? Oh, pink. Pink. 14 colors. Stay over there. Stay. So one is C. Come on. That is a beautiful C. Okay. Oh, where art thou, scissors? Oh, there they are. Tried to go grocery shopping today because I am out of food, and yesterday when I was trying to... I make lentil soup in the crock pot a lot. And when it was time, or when I remembered, because I usually forget about it for 24 hours and it just cooks and cooks and cooks on low. When I finally remembered to add the vegetables, I went to grab my last onion and it was rotten. It didn't look rotten on the outside, but it was rotten on the inside, and it was devastating. So, tried to go grocery shopping and my car wouldn't start. That is a sparkly drill. It's like a mauve pink. That's sparkly. So I tried hooking up my battery, my jumper, and that wouldn't work. And my mom came out and fiddled with it, and she's like, you know, your aunt said that it's probably a trickle jumper, you know, where it takes hours of it being on there for it to work. It's like, it's not a trickle jumper. How do you think I got home when I was stranded at my latest job, an hour and 15 minutes away? I was given this jumper. I used the jumper. Jumper works. It's not a trickle jumper. Number 2. So I still couldn't get it to work with my jumper. And so today, when I managed to pull myself out of bed, because I am not a morning person, I called AAA, and they eventually came out. And it turns out my alternator is broken. So, which is a little bit frustrating, because when my battery died when I was working at my last job, I had taken it to Walmart, you know, and I had my battery checked, and these are nice drills. Had my battery checked. They said my battery was perfectly fine. The alternator was perfectly fine. Nothing needed to be replaced. And, you know, here we are. My alternator needs to be replaced. And my mom had left yesterday after we had tried to fix my, yesterday after I tried to jump my battery, and I was like, well, it's, you know, 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't want to call AAA. You know, it's kind of a dick move. So I was like, I was calm in the morning, but my mom had left super early that morning to drive to Yakima, which is in eastern Washington. So I am stranded here. Onionless. It's very depressing. I swear I can't make anything without an onion. And I'm out of milk, so I can't just eat cereal for 3 days. I mean, I don't have a lot of cereal. I've got 2 boxes of cornflakes. That's all the cereal I have. But I would have eaten that in lieu of being absent of my onions. So, I made some stir fry for dinner. I mean, it's not much of a stir fry without onions, but I had frozen broccoli and I had carrots. Those are the only 2 vegetables I have left, besides potatoes. I mean, it was okay, but I don't know, I have to eat onions. I don't know what my issue is, but I can't make any recipe without fucking onions. It's so sad. I just want my onions. Where's F? This must be my new marker. Or it's my old marker and it's drying out. Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully this is the only static bag. And I got it in. So, that's another expense that I'll have to pay for. I mean, that's life. It just, money's starting to get thin, you know? It's starting to get thin. And I've got another, I'm waiting for the next HOA and or taxes to come due, because that'll clear me out. But I've got another big bill coming up, animal related. Let's see, the flea meds. Let's see, 120, 240. Is it really that much? Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have thought about that. I mean, I would have seen it when I paid for it, but, $60 a chewable. See, I'm bad at math, so 60 times 2 is 120, times 2 is 240, plus another 60, that's, holy shit. $300 in flea meds for just the dogs. Mind you, they're 3-month chewables, so it'll cover me for 3 months, but that's still a lot to shell out. That's not including the $60 for topical flea meds for the cats. And then their dog food. I'm out of the dry dog food. That is $60 for, I think it's a 25-pound bag, or maybe 30 pounds. I think it's 30 pounds. $60 for 30 pounds. Fancy Feast, which is what Chance eats, my old cat. Her food is $50 a month. The sister cats eat dry food. Their food is $30 for a 60-pound bag, which can last a month and a half, I believe. I don't really keep too good a track of it. They only get half a cup of dry food a day, and they're still super fat. So, is that all the animals I have? It is. Nope. And then, for Juniper and Ruby, the two smallest dogs, they split a can of food a day, which is, how much are the cans of food? I think it's $1.70 a can times 30. I mean, I'm not going to do the math. I've done the math. I can't do the math in my head. So all that is coming due now. Oh no, we've got another staticky one. Even just getting a job where I'm only working 2 days a week, that'll at least pay for the animals, you know, I just need something to pan out here. Yeah, that's a staticky one. Where are you, dryer sheet? Probably have more squares in the top part of the container. These are really nice drills. Super sparkly. Okay, next is W. And I really wanted to get, I don't know what the square footage would have been. Oh, like the, my front door is on one of the short ends of my house. And, I wanted to have the short end fenced in so that my dogs could go out and not have to be put on a lead. I had planned on doing that, and then I was terminated. But now that's on my mind again because my neighbor's been acting kind of funny. And, luckily he doesn't live up here full time, but when he is up here, it gets interesting. Oh man, these are bad static. Okay. Let's move that up there so I can... This is the only way I can do it. My dogs are always kept on a lead. Rosie especially. I mean, Honey is too, but she's got such scarring in her throat that you can't really hear her bark. But Rosie is a big alert barker. I mean, she's a working breed. I can't fault the dog for barking, Oh, that's a great one. But, when he's outside, standing on the side of his house, or he comes around to the side of his house after I've let, her out to the bathroom. A lot of times I walk over to my mom's house to talk with her for a bit. And, I've noticed him antagonizing the dogs, which is not good. I mean, it started out where, back when Chewy was alive, anytime Chewy would bark, and, he'd set off his car alarm. And Chewy wouldn't bark if I could when I was outside working, if I was just letting Chewy free roam around me, like he'd stay near me, but if he was free roaming, he wouldn't bark. If I tethered him, he would start barking. And, so my neighbor would set off his car alarm every time Chewy would start barking, which only makes Chewy bark more. Well, now my neighbors moved on from car alarms, which The car alarm didn't bother me. I figured it was more of an embarrassment to him, you know, or he was more of an embarrassment to his family or the rest of our neighbors when he started those shenanigans. But he's moved on from car alarms to throwing, of course we're getting close to 4th of July, so he's got easier access to them. What do you call them? The strips of firecrackers? Now he throws the strip of firecrackers right at the boundary line where Rosie is. And I am scared of loud noises. So every time he does that, not only does it traumatize the dog, but I'm usually leaping for cover. Because I think it's an explosion or gunfire. So that's been... He started doing that last year. I have a feeling it's not going to let up. Now I've watched him... I've been standing on my mom's front porch and I've been watching Rosie, and she'll be standing at the boundary line, not barking, but he'll come around to the side of the house and he gets right up to the boundary line and he just starts staring her down. And then he realized that I was watching him, and so he walked away. But it's like, now I want to know what he's going to do when I'm not watching him. And a fence just would have made me feel a little bit better, you know. Would have made me feel a little bit better. But those plans are on hold again. I guess he's been telling the neighbors that our dogs have been pooping all over his property, but what he doesn't realize is that most people around the lake let their dogs run loose, and they always come down our private easement. They always come down. And so, you know, he's not here to witness all of the loose dogs coming down and defecating all over his property. I walk behind my dogs with a shovel so I can scoop their poop, you know. I don't know. I love this cabin. I grew up in this cabin. But I really don't like that there's an HOA, and I really don't like him as a neighbor. I'm doing my best to keep to myself. You know, every time he starts screaming at me about something, I just ignore him and walk away. And that one's staticky. Most of these bags are staticky. V10 is P. So this is some exciting news. My wishful thinking of the future, you know, after I've gotten another job and I've gotten the house remodeled. In a couple days, thanks to some very convincing advertising on YouTube, I've decided to go on a train vacation in Canada. I mean, like I said, I have to get my house fixed first, which requires money. But, yeah, I just decided I was going to go on a train vacation to Canada. And maybe I can cross one more thing off the list of what I've romanticized in my head that is no longer romanticized. Like working for the post office. I thought I was going to have my very own David Arquette moment. And that was horribly dashed by being so mistreated. Now that is no longer a romanticized idea of working at the post office. So let's just cross trains off the list while we're at it. I think it would be fun. I'm tired of not making any plans, I'm never gonna have a significant other to do plans with. It's time I just do the plans. But I kind of do have a significant other, as in a friend, because I talked to Vesper, who was formerly Mickey, but they changed their name, and I was like, hey, do you have anybody who will watch all your dogs? And they're like, yes. My parents will watch my dogs. And I'm like, how do you feel about going on a train for a week in another country? And they said, sounds like fun. So, Vesper is on board. I can always count on Vesper. I think they're the only friend I have that doesn't have a kid, which makes things easier. They also don't have a significant other, which makes things easier. You don't have to ask permission to do something, Sabzi had told me that she was so thankful I was still friends with her when, she had her kid, and, that all of her other friends had basically said that they didn't want to be friends with her anymore because, she had a kid. I was like, I highly doubt that's it. I think probably it's because you have a child, you can't go out and do things on a whim. You can't just go out to dinner on a random night. You can't go out to a play. You can't do this. You can't do that. Or if you do say you can do it, you flake. And then, in my case, I've spent significant money on tickets, and then I call to confirm, that we've got plans on such and such date, and you tell me you can't go. That's probably why friends start to pull away from you. But that's probably my 2 cents. I don't think anybody's ever said, oh, you've had a baby, I don't want to be your friends anymore. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I still need to clean up my desk. It's so bad. I've been really into Star Trek at the moment. Yeah, last night I finally got to the Borg episodes, which I was super excited about. I love the Borg episodes. And I even have a Borg ornament of the Borg cube. And you stick the little Christmas light inside the bottom of the Borg cube, and it lights up the Borg cube, and it's so cool. One day. I haven't been able to do Christmas decorations in a long time. One day after my house is remodeled, we shall see. This bag is kind of full. So I got that watched, and still need to work on my black and white cards, and oh, I guess this is the one. I guess there is a lot of white on that canvas, isn't there? Okay. I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch after it. What show? I want to stop watching Paramount Plus because I can't have my ad blocker activated when I'm on that site, so on that platform, which is annoying to not have an ad blocker. So, but they just recently advertised on Paramount Plus that they're going to be streaming all the episodes of 1800, and I kind of wanted to see that show. So I'm not a big Western fan, but every once in a while there's one that I like. Like I liked Longmire, probably because I have a love of Lou Diamond Phillips. He's one of my favorite actors. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. I may not be able to stream anything pretty soon. Oh, it's getting so bad. Maybe I should charge this camera and then kit up the Grinch one. I need to go find the Grinchy drills. Thanks for watching if you did, and I'll talk to you later. Adios.